I spoke recently on the YouTube channel about kind of announcing that I was going to be going for the Phase 5 Recruitment Challenge. And it was something, guys, that I wanted to, kind of elaborate on, but I also wanted to kind of go through some of the things that I would like to see in the upcoming Phase 5 Challenge. And so, guys, FaZe is a team that's really close to my heart, as just, over the years watching this team grow and such, just really inspired by so many of the players within that organization, even from the top down. I mean, from the leaders, the co-leaders, the owners, all the way down to, just some of the personalities now that are in FaZe. It's an incredible culture that they've created over at that organization. And I think that was something I definitely felt that was something I definitely wanted to do, was to go for the Phase 5 Challenge. And if you guys, support me, that would be absolutely awesome. And supporting me on the YouTube channel is incredible, guys. It's been great. We've been, growing every single day, and it's all because of you guys. And so if you guys would, support me in this journey of the Phase 5 Challenge whenever it does come out, keep you guys posted, obviously, as further information comes out. But in this segment of the show, I want to talk about the top 5 things that we want in Phase 5. When I say we, guys, I'm saying, once again, talking about myself here, but I know some of you are going to share similar ideas and opinions, but some of you may not. And those of you who don't, let me know in the comment section below what you guys would like to see and what you guys want in Phase 5. So here we go. Number 1, guys, I think one of the big important things about Phase 5 is having it, some of the Phase 5 challenges, so there's been a couple up to this point. One was, of course, MultiCOD, or I think it was MW2 in Call of Duty, and then the second was Black Ops 2, and then they had like a Phase 1 challenge, and, so there's been opportunities to join the team. I think it's important, guys, that as gaming has evolved, I think so should Phase 5. I think that Phase 5 should be multi-COD, and I also think that it could potentially be multi-game as well, where there's multiple games that you could be able to play that they would potentially pick you up. Now, maybe that's like Call of Duty and Fortnite, which would be fine. I know that they had mentioned in the past that they were going to do a Phase 5 strictly based around Fortnite. And, I think that would be an interesting concept, but I think that they need to kind of stick with also doing Call of Duty stuff as well, where, kind of have somewhat of the traditions, which we'll get to here in a second, of Phase 5. But I think that it needs to be multi-COD, and it should be multi-game as well, even if that's just one other game like Fortnite or something. I think that's really important. I don't think that they should kind of pick out specifics to, MW2, Black Ops 2 are the only games that you can play in. I think that with the times and how things have changed over time in gaming, I think it's really important that you've got multi-COD, so you have multiple opportunities within Call of Duty, as well as something like Fortnite. Number 2, guys, I think it's important that, when we've looked in the past of the winners of Phase 5, you got a couple of trick shotters, got a couple of, snipers overall, and all of those guys, pretty much for the most part, those players that get recruited, they come into the team, and of course they're going to be, trick shotting, they're going to be sniping, and then some of them will go on to become personalities. I think that with this particular Phase 5, I think it's going to be important that they pick up like one streamer, one content creator, a trick shotter, a sniper, and then like maybe a Fortnite player or something if they're going with, multi-game. Obviously, that can change, but maybe they're not going to be specific to, picking up a streamer and picking up a content creator or like a YouTuber. Maybe they're going to instead, kind of go with, a couple of trick shotters, a couple of snipers, and then a couple of, personalities, or a couple of Fortnite players. It's really hard to say where they're going with that, but I think it's important that there's a variety of the different places that they're picking recruits from. One being like streaming on Twitch, or from being a YouTuber, or being a trick shotter, being a sniper, being a Fortnite player. I think all those different places would be important to grab from if they're planning on doing that. Now, of course, obviously that's all null and void if they're gonna just do a Phase 5 based around just, say Call of Duty or just Fortnite. I have a feeling, though, they're going to do, a multi-game recruitment challenge, in my opinion. That's what I'm at least hoping for, because it's more opportunity. That leads me into number 3, guys. Number 3 is, I think that Phase 5 needs to stick to the traditions of the challenge in the past. So, obviously, guys, from up to this point, Phase 5 has been strictly Call of Duty. Now, I'm not saying that, that it needs to only be Call of Duty, but I think that it needs to stick somewhat with those traditions. If you add other games into the mix with Phase 5, I think that's fine. Like Fortnite, I think that's great because it creates more opportunity. But I do think that they need to put emphasis on trick shotting and sniping still to this day. Because look, guys, for those of you who never went for the Phase 5 challenge, just kind of a refresher here. The Phase 5 Recruitment Challenge, guys, was specific to trick shotters and snipers in the Call of Duty community. And ultimately, guys, this blew up the community in a major way. And when I say community, I'm even talking Call of Duty as a whole. I mean, it really took Call of Duty to new heights when Phase 5 and the Phase 5 challenge was going on. And so what I'm saying is that I think that this would really help the Call of Duty community in a major way, and it would help out, like, the Fortnite community. It would help a lot of these other communities, but it needs to stick to that trick shot and sniping community as well, because that's where it started. You have to have, even though the origins of Phase started as one thing and it's evolved to another, I think if you're doing a recruitment challenge, it needs to be somewhat tied still to what really started Phase 5. Ultimately, if you're going to do a recruitment challenge that has nothing to do with trick shotting and nothing to do with sniping, then why call it Phase 5? Just call it, Phase 10, or call it the Phase Recruitment Challenge, or, call it something else. Don't call it Phase 5. When people think of Phase 5, they're thinking trick shotting, sniping, and ways in which within those two communities to join Phase. So I think they need to stick somewhat with the traditions, maybe not 100%, but they need to certainly stick with trying to pick up some trick shotters and some as well as some snipers. And then, guys, at number 4, I think what's really important is the challenge as a whole needs to evolve. So obviously, I'm sure Phase is trying to figure out ways to evolve the Phase 5 Recruitment Challenge. And one way I'm thinking, in my mind, that I would really like is having more rounds. So usually, guys, it started off with, like, I believe, the top 100, then it went down to the top 50, top 25, the top 10, and then they picked, like, 5 people, obviously. I think having more rounds, since this is going to be the biggest Phase 5 of all time, and I don't even think it's going to be close, especially if it's going to be based around multiple games like COD as well as Fortnite. So what I'm saying is having more rounds, having like the top 1,000 or the top 2,000 or whatever it might be, and then you kind of break it down from there. I think having more rounds would just, it would be like if they start this summer, Phase 5 this summer, the thing about it is that it could be a challenge that goes all summer long or the rest of the year. It could be like really something special that could be building all year that people are working on all year round. I think that would be absolutely huge, because I think one thing that Phase is probably thinking to themselves is they want to pick the best of the best. And so the way in which they're going to do that, I think having more rounds so they can really narrow it down to who they definitely want to pick, because there's going to be thousands, potentially hundreds of thousands of, people submitting their recruitment challenge responses. And so I think having more rounds creates more opportunity. It gives a lot more opportunity to people who you might not, who might be kind of they may be very close to getting to like the first round of the Phase 5 challenge, and having like an extra, 900 people that you're going to put in there, like say for the top 1,000, if they were to do that for the first round, they're able to get in there. It gives more opportunity and also gives more exposure to more people that are going for the Phase 5 challenge. Rounding it out, guys, coming in at number 5, I think one thing that's really big to me is that this Phase 5 challenge has been teased for a long time. I mean, if we go back, even a couple of years ago, there was teases of Phase 5 returning, and it never did. And so my number 5 thing that I would want is just a follow-through. This isn't, Phase's fault or something. They've probably had every intention to do the Phase 5 Recruitment Challenge. It's just, there's been other things that have come up, and maybe they didn't think there was creative differences with some of the ownership that thought that they should go in one direction for Phase 5. Others thought a different way. And then, maybe just the amount of work that goes into it is probably astronomical, going through all of those responses. That's a huge undertaking for Phase as a team. And so I think that the one thing I want, though, is for a follow-through here. Like, even if this is the last Phase 5 that they ever do, even though I would love to see them do Phase 5 challenges throughout the course of history, I think that what they really need to do is just follow through here. Do a Phase 5 challenge and, make it go for a long time so they have more time to go through responses and things of that nature. I just think that they need to follow through here. They've been teasing this for so long. People have been so excited about a Phase 5 challenge. It just it got teased again. That's going to come out in 2020. So I think it's really important, guys, that it happens, that it just ends up happening. And, because we even had a video that went up saying that Phase 5 was coming back a couple years ago with Fortnite, right? They were saying it was going to be a Fortnite Phase 5, and then I think that video got deleted or something. But anyways, I just really want to see a follow through here. And then to add on to that, I think after the Phase 5 challenge, I think Phase should continue recruiting people to Phase even after the Phase 5 challenge. I think it would just be awesome to see Phase go on a little bit of a recruiting spree, picking up some up and coming, talent, rising stars to join the team. I think that's really important because you start seeing a lot of these teams out there, whether we're talking teams in the trick shot sniping communities or we're talking about teams that are all based around esports, you're starting to see more and more. Anytime there's a player that joins the team, it's an esports personality or an esports player for one of the teams. You're not usually seeing a lot of new personalities joining the fray and joining these teams. So that would be something I'd like to see as well. Pick up some continue recruiting people after the Phase 5 challenge. So guys, that is my top 5 things I want to see and I would like to have happen in Phase 5. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you guys want to see and what would you guys want out of Phase 5? Let me know what you guys think, and for more Phase 5 content and videos, stay here with Zero TV.